Have you ever asked yourself, why do we sleep? Or do you want maybe to learn a little more about the Chernobyl nuclear power plant disaster? Then stick around, I might have some interesting books for you. Hi, good morning, my name is Ivan, and on my morning walks, I like to listen to the Headway app to find some interesting books and see if they are worth diving deeper into. And today I listened to a very interesting book, Why We Sleep, which dives into all the processes that cause us to go to sleep, and then also what happens while we sleep and the consequences of what might happen when we don't sleep. And one interesting fact is that sleep deprivation is a much more common cause of accidents on the road than alcohol. It was really interesting to listen to all the stuff your brain does while you basically do nothing. It really moves into high gear and then tries to process as many things as possible and give you a chance to start the next day fresh. So if you're interested in this kind of things, I highly recommend it. You will find a lot of interesting facts there, and you might learn a few techniques on how to improve your sleep quality. The other book that I was listening to is about Chernobyl and the Chernobyl disaster. It doesn't talk about only the day of the accident. It talks about the years before, when the Soviet Union was trying to catch up to the US when it comes to being a nuclear powerhouse, and all the shortcuts they were taking. One mind-boggling thing that I learned was that the energy minister, I think it was, cut the time for nuclear power plant development from 7 years to 5 years, which is basically insane. So they had to cut corners, they had to do a lot of things they shouldn't be doing in order to meet those impossible deadlines. So when the time came to do regular maintenance, they realized something was wrong, but the chain reaction set up in motion because they didn't properly do the sequence or the procedure for testing, caused the explosion and all the repercussions we have later on. The other thing that was also quite interesting was just the cover-up later on, but in a sense showed that the Soviet Union was on its way out. So it's a really, really interesting book, and if you like these kind of things, I highly recommend it. And yeah, I'm going to wrap up my walk, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.